Recording.
Alright, so for our high intensity circuit, we decided to do a continuous full body routine. It's going to have 5 stations, each doing a different group. There's going to be no rest in between each station, and we're going to be using a lot of proprioceptive, more coordinated body weight exercises, and I'll be showing you ways to progress them, and then if it need be, we'll show some regressions if your athlete, if the athlete might not be as highly trained as another. So before we would start this, you'll get a good sweat going with about 3 minutes of jump rope. I like jump rope just because it gets your whole body involved, and I feel like you start sweating pretty soon after you do it, so about 3 minutes of that. Alright, and then immediately after you move into our stations, and you're going to want a stopwatch. I mean, I have one that I wear on my wrist normally, but I forgot it, so I'll use my phone. And the first exercise is, I call them quadruped arm leg holds, but I'll show you what I mean. And we're going to be doing 30 seconds on each side. So I'll start my clock and the workout will begin. Get into position, and you're holding this side for 30 seconds. It'd be easier if you had a wrist stopwatch so you can check. And you'll hold this side for 30, and then once that's done, you'll hold this side for 30. The further you go out, the longer you make it, the harder it'll be. And if you have an athlete that can't balance very well or can't do that, regress it and just do a 1-minute plank. But if they get used to that and you want to progress them after a few times, so you're going to do contralateral movement. So you're going to bring your arm and your knee together under there, and instead of time, you just record reps. So do 8 reps that way, 8 reps this way. Those are pretty tough. And then so immediately after that, you will move into wall push-ups. You got to find the wall here. So, wall push-ups, really tough way to do your shoulders, triceps, a lot of just your upper body overhead pushing, that movement. That's what we're working on here. So we're gonna shoot for 12 reps. Like I said, these aren't easy either, because there's a lot of stabilization and coordination involved to keep you upright like that. You're going to do that 12 times. A regression for that, come over this way. Take this exercise ball, they can't do hands over their head push-ups. Well, then just to keep that angle pretty increased and keep the more of the burden up on your lower half. You just can do them this way. Alright, so that would be your second station. The third station is lower body. So this athlete was primarily, he wanted a circuit for a power and explosive athlete. So for my lower part, I'll just do this one. So you're going to be doing step-ups. You're going to be doing 15 reps of these. So you go up with your right, down, and then for the power part, you add a jump squat. That side, left, up, down, add a jump squat. So each time you step up, go down, jump squat, that's one. So now you go both ways. So you're going to be doing one leg 8 times, one leg 7 times, or if you want to just bump it up to 16, so you got 8 on each. And then we're going over to do some back bicep holds. And like I said, this would be a lot more intense if it wasn't like a demonstration, because you're going to be doing this all continuous, no reps, no talking, just straight up going. And for these, get yourself up to a 90-90. So about right here, shoulders at 90, elbows at 90. You were looking at your stopwatch before you started, because we're going to be trying to hold this position for 30 seconds. Once you hold that for 30 seconds, you move on to the fifth one. That one's pretty tough. That took a lot of core to hold that position, and a lot of back, a lot of your arm flexors to hold that position. And if they can't, wait a minute, so for a regression and a progression for that, say they can't hold their own body weight, then we're going to be doing reverse pull-ups. This isn't too difficult about it. I don't know if everybody can do this. Really focusing on going up fast and then coming down really slow. Fast, down slow. If they can hang there longer for a progression, if they can do that, grab yourself a weight. Get your arms and legs up. About like that. 30 seconds, however much weight they need. The last one is another core, but it's going to have a push-up integrated into it. So you're going to get the plank position, then you're going to go up. Alright, so I ran out of battery at the wreck, so I got through all 5 stations though. But the very last station, the side walking planks with the push-up, I didn't get to the progression. Instead of you come to the side, and when you get down to do your push-up position, rather than just doing a push-up, you're gonna really explode up and come off the ground and try to touch your hands together and come back down, so like a clap push-up. But what you're doing, just the plyometric, the force, more power is involved with that. And that would be a good progression for that. Or kind of with any of these, if you wanted to make any body weight exercise harder, if it's possible to have a weight vest on, that's a good way to progress all of these stations. The step-up jump squats as well, you could use a medicine ball over their head. That would also make that exercise harder. That'd be a good progression for that one. But then after you get through all 5 of those stations, the idea is you follow it with the rest period, so you're trying to get your heart rate back down to where you can go hard at those stations again. So you want to get through those stations 2 to 3 times, and the rest period after all of them, you want to make sure to know when you started the first station and know when you got done. That way you have the time frame of how long it took to get through the workout. And then, so let's say it took you, I'd say it would take about 3 minutes to get through all 5 of those. Then you're going to wait 3 minutes to make it a 1-to-1 ratio, but I think you would find that 3 minutes, a lot of people would already have their breath, they'd already be resting, they'd be waiting around. So you could reduce that even to like 1.5 minutes. And if you wanted to further it, to keep your heart rate up and to keep your sweat going, just use your jump rope to warm up. Just use that in between each set to where it's an active rest period and they're not just sitting around, cooling off, losing their focus, losing concentration. But that more or less sums it up. So.